Welcome to Walks with Moss. This morning we're going to explore some logging roads very close to my house. When I look on my maps, I can see a few lakes scattered around, and I want to see what these lakes look like. You can never tell looking at the map if it's a big lake or if it's just a swamp. We're going to explore this road here, try to make a circle, and then after that we're going to get back on the main road in the car and maybe explore another area that looks kind of promising. So come join us. The first lake we're looking for is slightly under a mile by road, according to the GPS. I don't have really high hopes for this lake, but you just never know looking at Google Earth and looking at the maps. For example, the other day I found a great little lake loaded with giant bass that didn't really look like it would be much on the maps, but it was really cool. But other times I see lakes on the maps that look like they're going to be amazing, and then they turn out to be nothing but mud holes. Only way to find out is to go. So let's go. 0.78 miles to our destination, but we have several lakes we want to look at today. That's just our first lake, 0.78 miles. Bella, did you find the water? Look at that. Come here, you. What have you done? Are you covered in mud? Are you a Springer Spaniel? Yes, you're happy then. Bella is a Springer Spaniel. Bella is covered in mud. Therefore, Bella is a happy Springer Spaniel. This is pretty cool looking. There's a cutting boundary on that side because there's a creek. So we get some nice big trees over there. Our lake is that way and that way. I have no idea if the woods are going to stay this nice all the way to the lake. We can hope. There's some nice big cedar trees. Western red cedar. And we've got a fair amount of alder trees. You usually find them in moist, disturbed areas. That's red alder, Aldus rubus, or Ulmus rubus, yeah. And let's see, got a cottonwood tree there. Those are definitely associated with water too. So we're down in a moist area for now. Darn it, we made a wrong turn. We have to go back in the direction of the clear cut. I thought it was looking kind of familiar. I haven't been in this exact spot before, but I think I've been down there. Okay, the road we're looking for should be up here. Hopefully it exists. We are getting back on track now. We came from that direction and missed our turn. We need to go up there. We went down there, but who can blame us? Which way looks more enticing? That way. But we need to go this way up into the clear cut. And we are still 3/4 of a mile from our lake, thanks to our wrong turn. Let's keep going. We're only 1/10 of a mile from our first lake now. The road's getting pretty overgrown, which gives me a bad feeling about this lake. It might not be that great of a lake. Maybe it's just a swamp. We're going to find out very shortly though. In the woods ahead to the right, I can see what looks like might be a sizable opening. I'm getting my hopes up about this lake. It's gonna come into view any second now. Oh no. Wait, here it is. Here it is. Here's the lake. Do you want to see it? Sure, here we go. Here's our little lake. Well, it's a cool looking little lake. It's not a total swamp. This is July and it hasn't rained in about a month. So for the lake to be this full means it's a reasonable lake. If it was a complete mud hole of a swamp, it would already be empty. Shall we find out if there's bass in here? Of course we should. Let's do it. I've got my trusty blue Senko hooked up and we'll cast out into this lake for the very first time. Let's see what happens. I see no indications that there's any fish in here. My Fish Washington app actually calls this a creek and says selective gear rules apply. I guess there could be some cutthroat trout in here. It's not the right time of year for trout. But it's a beautiful little pond. I'm glad I found this spot. This is worth hiking to just to see it. I'll try a few casts with my frog and then we'll move on to the next lake. And I don't think I'm going to have to bush crash to the next lake. I think this trail, kind of a motorcycle trail thing, might lead to the next lake. What a beautiful, peaceful spot anyway. And today is a hiking day, not a fishing day. So don't be disappointed if there's no fish. This is just exploration. We're searching out some lakes. Hard to tell exactly how deep this is. It looks like it might be kind of deep, but I don't know. Let's see. We have company, lots of it.
Oh, Gracie. Oh,
There we go.
She loves to have
Oh yeah, Bella will play.
Hey, Sven.
Oh yeah, I recognize that one too.
Yeah, that's tiny.
Okay, yeah. Did you?
That's Cal.
Where did you park at?
I don't park. I just walk from my house.
Bella wants to play, but I think she's just a little bit scared. So, yeah. Okay. Oh, they're having fun. This white one doesn't like to swim, huh?
He gets in there. He'll get up to his belly.
Yeah.
The dogs were going into your yard.
Oh, yeah.
We're trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Them back. They're pretty good about not going in there anymore.
It's been better. Yeah, I really hate it when dogs go in my yard. I moved out to the country for privacy and seclusion, and
Yeah.
and I was not used to dogs come. And I'm going to be getting chickens too, so. That was my neighbor Mary and her dogs that always annoy the shit out of me because they run up my driveway all the time. So of course we run into them out in the woods too, and it was total chaos. Bella was scared with so many dogs. She stomped on my camera, stomped on my GPS, and there was a big danger of my fishing pole breaking. Yeah, I've had a lot of trouble with dogs running up my driveway because someone built a dog trail at the end of my driveway. And I had to put a fence across it, and oh, all right. I could have done without stress from my neighbors, darn it. This was supposed to be a way to get away, and this is 2 miles from my house. I didn't realize my neighbors walked this far. All right. Need to recompose myself, try to relax. I didn't really want to see any people today. This is my relaxing, getting away from people day of the week. Looks like we found a nice blackberry patch. Yay. Probably won't be coming back to this lake much if it means those same damn dogs that drive me crazy in my own home are also gonna drive me crazy here too. So let's keep going. But that is a pretty good blackberry patch. It's got enough moisture that the berries should get big. Look at that. Maybe we will come back here for blackberries. Yes! This is exactly the route I thought I would be brush crashing on to get to the next lake. Here we go. All right. It's really not cool to let your dog just run up and approach other dogs unless the other dog's owner has said the dog is friendly and they don't mind. It's just not cool. I'm covered in mud and I was pretty panicked because Bella was panicking and tromping all over all of my stuff. Okay, I'm gonna calm down and try to quit thinking about that. But I'm not happy. Well, this trail is starting to turn away from the lake I want to go to now. But I think we'll go ahead and follow this trail to the end and see what we can see. And maybe there's a turn up here that'll go in the right direction. Where we want to go now is actually that way. But there is a lot of interesting stuff up here too, so let's check it out up here. I think we found the route to the other lake. This is it. My neighbor said the trail was overgrown. This is certainly an overgrown trail. There's some ribbons, but I think those are just marking the property line. The old road we're walking on is going this way, away from the lake. But I'm going to continue this way in the hopes that there'll be another path off of this road that leads down to that lake. But I don't know. We'll see. I didn't see any roads leading to this lake on the map. I expected it to be a brush crash, so I guess I should be happy for this old road. This little road appears to have completely ended. So I'm going to head back the way we came, and if it's not too rough, I will follow the original brush crashing route that I plotted to get to this other lake. No, actually first, I think I'll go back to the main trail and check out another lake that's nearby. Not the one that I was aiming for today, but one that I have had on my radar for a while. Yeah. I'm not in the mood for brush crashing right now. I'm not in the mood for anything at the moment. Ugh. I was really excited when I found out there were all these trails near my house. Not so excited now that it means hiking on them means running into out of control off-leash dogs continuously. That just takes all the fun out of it. It looks very much like there's a lake on the other side of these salmonberry bushes here. It's not one that I had charted out to look for. Let's see if we can find it. I think it's going to be really, really swampy. I've still got my rod out. Because it's an ugly stick, I figure it can take it. I probably should really put it away though. Yeah, I think I'll set my rod and my pack down right here. And then just kind of brush crash to this little area here that looks like it might have a lake. Leaving a ribbon here next to my rod and my pack. Ideally it would be higher up in the tree. But anyway, it might help me find my way back. Plus my GPS, of course. I suspect whatever this is isn't going to be worth taking my fishing rod to. And this is just getting too rough for keeping my rod out, and I don't feel like packing it away just yet. What have we got here? Looks like a bunch of cattails. Okay. Yeah. It's just a cattail swamp. Kind of cool though. Okay, I'm standing on this log here. There's pokey, stickery things everywhere, including salmon berries. Ooh. That's not a very nice one, but I'll take it. Okay, back to my rod and the main trail. But, okay, so the camera is at my eye level here. So some of this stuff is over my head, like this salmonberry. Ow! And, oh, there's blackberries in here too. Those are way worse than salmonberries. So yeah, this is rough going. Okay, yay, there's the flag I marked my pack with. All right, let's carry on back down the main trail. Should have brought my drone, really. Then I wouldn't have had to have done this brush crashing. We've just made a circle around that lake. We haven't gone anywhere new. Okay. I think this might end our exploration in this area. May head back to the car next and try to find another lake that I have charted out. This is the same lake. We might even go back the way we came because these blackberries here are getting really thick and nasty. So we found one lake anyway, and we found a good place to come back and pick blackberries later. Maybe I can stomp these down and go through here. Okay, this trail has taken a fork. That way would go back to the other lake we were just at. I don't know what this goes to. Here's a fork to the left. Let's follow this. Let's follow this. Here's a pretty little swampy area. I'm hoping we can make some kind of circle and don't have to go back the way we came. Here's a really old gate. We're on an old logging road. I'm not sure where we're going. I'm just going to follow it. I need to get in a good long hike today. So there's the gate around an old road, at an old road, and here's the trail people have made right around the gate. It was even dug out a little bit where the gate is, but people just went right around it. This is kind of cool back here, and I'd be surprised if many of my neighbors made it quite this far back in here. We've made it to a crossroad, And I think that trail actually goes to the place I was planning on driving my car to. So I guess we don't need to get in the car and drive. And that way goes to the lake I was going to try to hike to from where I had planned on parking my car. So let's go this way. Yeah. Yep. We're right where I was going to go if I drove my car to get to the next spot. Cool. This looks like a great place to find some mushrooms too. Look at this. We got the black huckleberry, which to me indicate there's going to be some mushrooms around. Here's some really cool Cladonia lichens. Now we're coming out to, I think, the road I was going to park on next. I'm glad I found this back way. So there's two lakes that direction that I want to find. One of them looks suspiciously like a gravel pit on Google Earth. Wow. This is a well-maintained road. That means one of two things. Either this road is going to a residential neighborhood, or this area is about to be logged. This looks like an address sign. I think this road goes to that house that we saw through the woods. I think I'll pack my fishing rod up and explore some more without my rod out in the open. I think this road is just circling right back to the house I walked behind in the woods, so we're going to go back this way and take a left on this road and see if it will take us to two different lakes on here. I stopped and ate half of my sandwich just now. Got my fishing rod put away. Sadly, I discovered I have no coffee packed, so I went ahead and dumped out my thermos of hot water. Don't need hot water if I don't have any coffee. Hopefully we can still find these other lakes and not have to go back home today defeated. One of the lakes we wanted to go to was over there, and I think that house I saw maybe sits on that lake. But there's another lake up ahead to the right that I wanted to find. So let's go see if we can find that. According to my topo, we're on a road that leads to a lake, but this isn't much of a road anymore. And we're still 0.39 of a mile from the lake. I don't think we're going to continue this way. The topo map I use is really old, which is both good and bad. It means I can see all the old roads on it, but it also means that some of the roads that are on it are completely impassable. Like this one. I think I'll have to come back to this area with my drone. Send my drone up to find these lakes. We'll still keep looking though. There's still a chance we might find one other lake here. This road, according to Google Earth satellite imagery, will lead to the lake that I really want to see. I think this lake is a gravel pit, but there's only one way to find out. It's going to be a bit of a walk, but that's okay. I need my exercise. Let's go this way. This is a road that is split in half right where it meets the main road. One way is a logging road and the other way has an address on it. And that address is to that house. We are 300 feet away from what is either a lake or a gravel pit filled with water. It's going to be just around the corner here. What do you think it's going to be? Let me know in the comments what you think it's going to be. We're about to find out. Should be just around this corner. Here it is. And it's not a lake. It's a gravel pit filled with water. And Bella's already been in it. There won't be any fish in here, I don't think. Nonetheless, I'm going to sit here and eat my lunch and make this my turnaround point. There was only one way to find out what this was. So I'm just gonna sit in the shade and eat my lunch and head back to the house. Lunch today is a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and ice water. I've had my lunch and I've changed my mind. We're not done for the day, but I am gonna go back to my car and then go home and put some dry socks on, and then we will go look for another lake that I really want to find. So stay tuned, the adventure's not over, it's just beginning. For now, I'm just going to get home as quickly as I can so I can have some coffee and some dry socks. Changed my mind, as long as we're out here, let's go this way and see if we can get down to the shores of Cranberry Lake. It looks like it's only a 5-minute walk. It's such a maze of roads down here. We're 600 feet from the end of a road, and I think I saw a trail heading down from the end of this road. And that trail should lead to Cranberry Lake. Fingers crossed that there's a trail. Here we go, there is definitely a trail down here. I think this will get us to a duck blind that I saw on the other side of the lake the very first time I brush crashed down to the lake before I even bought my house. Here we go, I'm kind of excited. I've been wanting to be here for a while, and I didn't realize that that was where I was going to end up being today. But today wasn't really totally planned. Just had a rough idea of the area I wanted to explore and some lakes I wanted to find. We are going steeply downhill now to the lake/swamp. There was a sign here once. There isn't any more. Hopefully this boardwalk isn't too long. This looks very much like the boardwalk on the other side of the lake, where I can take Bella for a 2-mile round trip walk each day. But this side's got to be less traveled. There aren't so many houses over here. I hope this isn't too long of a walk though, because this boardwalk is not in good shape. Okay, here we are on the far shore of Cranberry Lake. Since we're here, I'll go ahead and throw my frog in a couple of times. I got a bite, but not a bass. It was a great big bullfrog came up and jumped at my frog-shaped lure. Non-native bullfrog. Wasn't able to hook it. What a beautiful spot, but it is getting hot now. Going to drink some ice water and head back to the house. Like that, we found another trail and we're following it now. And there is a duck blind. I don't think anyone's been here in quite a while. Oh, it looks like you actually go the other way to get to this. But it still doesn't look like anyone's been here in a long time. Here we go. Another duck blind. This is the 3rd duck blind I've found on this lake. Cool. This is really cool. Something big has jumped out there a couple times. I don't know if it was a bullfrog or a bass. And I just saw a goldfinch right there. There's a duck blind over there, which I think is one I've been to before, or maybe not. No, I don't think I have. That might have to be a goal for another day. It's probably not going to show up on this camera, but it's right over there. There's a gray thing sticking up. I'm not sure how to get to that one. Need to figure that out. What a beautiful spot, though. So my house is that way about maybe half a mile, maybe a mile. My house is actually closer to me right now than my car is. I would love to stay here longer, but it is getting really hot. There's no shade in this blind here. So we're gonna head towards home again, unless I get sidetracked again, which could also happen. I think this is the end of the duck blinds on this particular route. We're back up out of the bog now into the woods, and this definitely looks like a nice place to find some mushrooms. Oh, what do you know? I meant in the fall, I didn't mean right now, but here we are. Here's some mushrooms. Pretty sure these are shrimp russulas. Yum. Except for they're way too far gone. Cool. Quite a few of them right here, but all too far gone. I knew these woods looked shroomy. Cool. Nice area. Takes a bit of effort to get here though. I can probably find a more direct route to this. Here's another mushroom. Probably an amanita. Well, I didn't manage to dig up a vulva, so maybe not an amanita. Let's see, it's got free gills. Kind of free gills. Yeah, I'm not sure what this is. Smells good. We went to the end of another dead-end road and found the remnants of a trail. Maybe just a game trail. It's sure not heavily traveled, so we're not going to follow it today. But there's a cut branch there, which indicates that this was maybe a proper trail at some point. But I don't quite have the energy to follow that today. So we've already been, I don't know, 5 or 6 miles at this point, and it's a few miles to get back to the car. But we've made some good progress mapping out this area today, and maybe that's something I can save for another day. I need to quit saying I'm going home now, because I keep getting distracted. Here is a route to another lake I was actually hoping to find back here. And it looks clear enough. I'm going to go ahead and follow it. I think it's just going to be a swamp though. But as long as I'm here, may as well check it out. This road is ending here. It's not making it down to the lake. There was a way off that direction that might have gone to the lake, but it was a really sketchy looking maybe trail, and I could smell a bear. And so I didn't really want to go down there. It didn't really look like an actual trail. It just looked like a bear trail. Looked like a bear trail, smelled like a bear trail. I don't think I'll go down it and find out if it is a bear trail. Yeah, I think the way to the lake is straight down there. I don't feel like going down there. And I'm sure it's just going to be a wretched swamp. And I did smell a bear when I was here a few minutes ago. So I guess we'll give this one a miss today. I was right, I definitely smelled a bear. There's some bear poop. There's bears in the woods, and they do what bears do in the woods. We've done a little bit of a circle and we're back out to the spot with the address sign. I don't know if there's anything beyond there other than a private house, so I'm not going to go that way. I'll look at it on Google Earth later. I'm going to go this way, which is the way I came, and try to get back onto the trails as quickly as possible, because I don't know if I'm trespassing or not by being on this. We are trying again to get to that second lake, and we seem to be on a better route now. According to my phone map, I've already gone 7 miles today, so I probably shouldn't be walking away from the car, but I am. I'm sure the phone map is wrong. I'm sure I have been not quite that far. Cutting boundary. Ah, that's what these ribbons are. We saw these before on a different trail. So that means all of that there is getting ready to be logged. That's a shame because it looks mushroomy. And here's this kind of wetlandy area that's kind of connected to the lake that we've been looking for. I think the lake's actually going to be a disappointment if we do find it. It's a big swamp down there, and I bet the lake is at the end of that big swamp. This trail is on my map, but my map also shows a couple trails that go that way towards the lake, and we've already passed both of them, so there's just no trail down to that lake. And it's probably not really a lake anyway. We're going to turn around here because I know that this trail here just goes back to the road we're parked on, but not in the spot where we are parked. And I don't have a leash for Bella, and I don't really feel like going on a road walk, so we'll go back through the woods. The car's over there somewhere. We are back to the first lake we found. It was a beaver dam, I think. I mean, it's classified as a creek on Fish Washington app, and that looks a bit like a beaver dam. That's cool. Beavers made a little lake here. This is not the way we came when we got here. We've made a full circle around here now. This is quite a bit rougher route than the way we came in with all these blackberries. But we're just about there now. And then it's going to be really easy going to get back to the car. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Oh, that hurt. These blackberries are savage. I bet there's cutthroat in here. There's got to be. This creek leads to a lake, which leads to a big lake. And that big lake is stocked. And it's got lots of panfish and trout and bass, I think. Woo! What a journey it was since we left this lake. Guess I'll sit here for a few minutes, try to enjoy this lake. Probably won't be mugged by a pack of friendly dogs this time around. This seems like a good place to end the video. According to my GPS, we've gone 6.8 miles, and we got about another mile at least back to the car. And according to my phone, we've gone 7.9 miles. The GPS is way more accurate than the phone. There's the GPS, there's the phone. There's Bella trying to mug me. See, the phone wandered all over the place. But I've set the GPS, Bella, please, so it doesn't do that. That's the extra mileage on the phone, is all that wandering around that I didn't do. Yep, we're 1 mile from the car. I'm just going to sit here a while, see if I see any fish jumping, drink the last of my ice water. My ice is just about gone. And then head back to the car and call it a day, because we will have gone about 8 miles, which is plenty for one day. So if you made it this far into the video, thanks for watching, and I really appreciate all the comments I've been getting. I have fun responding to them. Please let me know in the comments what kind of videos you like to see. Is it more fishing videos, or is it brush crashing and exploring new lakes, or going on normal crowded trails with beautiful views? I mean, I don't know. What kind of stuff do you like to see? Please let me know. Thanks for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.